This person is asking, didn't Mitt Romney create the Affordable Care Act? No, Mitt Romney did not create the Affordable Care Act. What ultimately wound up being the Affordable Care Act, or otherwise known as Obamacare, was originally an idea that was put forth by the far right wing organization, the Heritage Foundation, in a 1989 study that they did that was entitled something like Creating Affordable Health Care for All Americans, Ensuring Affordable Health Care for All Americans, whatever the case may be. The far right wing Heritage Foundation first put forth the idea of an Obamacare type situation in 1989. That scenario was then implemented in Massachusetts as a state level universal healthcare system, not universal healthcare system, but ACA type system, a state level healthcare system that was the Heritage Foundation's idea. And they called it Romney Care because Mitt Romney at the time was the governor of Massachusetts. So the Republicans at one point in time were all in favor of the idea of a program very similar to the Affordable Care Act. Now the Heritage Foundation's idea, their plan, did not include the individual mandate. The individual mandate saying that if you don't have health insurance, then you have to pay a fine at the end of the year because we need everybody to pitch in to the system in order for this thing to work. So Romney initiated it or signed it into law when he was governor of Massachusetts, and Republicans loved it. And then Obama added some portions to it, like the individual mandate and some other things, turned it into the Affordable Care Act. The Republicans, then turned around and called it Obamacare and said it was the most evil thing that's ever been proposed in the history of this country, giving people health insurance, or making sure, not giving people health insurance, making sure people have access to health insurance. And if you can't afford it, we're going to subsidize you so that you can't afford it. So no, Romney didn't create it, but he was the first one to enact anything like that here in the United States of America when he was governor of Massachusetts. And it has worked in Massachusetts. It was referred to as Romney Care. I don't know, I don't live in Massachusetts, so I think it's still referred to as Romney Care in Massachusetts. But no, the idea behind the Affordable Care Act was originally a conservative idea coming out of the Heritage Foundation of all places. It just goes to show that the modern day far right wing conspiracy driven conservative loons don't really care about policy. They just don't like liberals. They don't like Democrats, and they need to own the libs at every fucking turn. Obamacare was Obama's compromise for the Republicans. Obama came into office wanting universal health care. When he first came into office, he wanted Medicare for all. And the Republicans were like, absolutely fucking not. And he was like, all right, I'll compromise with you. I'll give you what you guys enacted in Massachusetts under Mitt Romney, a program that the Heritage Foundation thought up. We're going to make a few tweaks to it, but I'm going to give you your own program. Here's the Affordable Care Act. And they all went, you got to be out of your fucking mind. We're not voting for that. At which point in time, Obama should have immediately reverted back to Medicare for all. All right, I gave you a compromise. You didn't want it? Fuck you. We're just going to go with Medicare for all. We'll pass that. But he didn't. He stuck with Obamacare. He gave them the compromise that he thought they wanted, and they still shit on it because they just didn't like him.